Wellness as well. Stay with us. Heidi Wellness here on Coast to Coast AM.
We've been together so long now that gold deep we know. If I ever settle down, you'd be my guy. It's time for me to get on down the line. Early love song.
The biggest headliners in live music shared the stage this weekend at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Big Sean,
Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani, Halsey,
Hosier, Keita,
New Kids on the Block,
Paramore,
The Black Crowes,
The Weeknd, Thomas Rhett.
Victoria Monet.
Christopher Copeland.
This lineup for this festival is nuts.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Relive all of the once-in-a-lifetime moments now, streaming only on Hulu.
Hey there, it's Michael Lewis, author of Going Infinite, The Big Short, Moneyball, and Liar's Poker. On the latest season of my podcast, Against the Rules, I'm exploring what it means to be a sports fan in America, and what the rise of sports betting is doing to our teams, our states, and ourselves. I'm heading to Las Vegas and New Jersey and beyond to understand America's newest form of legalized gambling. Listen to Against the Rules on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Against the Rules, and start listening.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
Just months after wrapping a 4-season run on Walker, its star and executive producer is making a quick return to TV. Jared Padalecki, also known for runs on Gilmore Girls and Supernatural, will be appearing in CBS's drama Fire Country in a multi-episode story arc. Nothing beyond that is set in stone, but Deadline.com reports that, if the character is well received, it could lead to a spin-off series alongside Sheriff Country starring Morena Baccarat, who appeared last season. Impressively, Jared Padalecki has had starring or recurring roles on TV shows every season going back to 2000, so a new series for him seems like a decent bet. Fire Country returns for its 3rd season Friday, October 18th at 9/8 Central on CBS. All right, and that's what's popping on Camps on iHeartRadio.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app, and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio. Xfinity customers. iHeartRadio is available free on Xfinity X1 or on Xfinity Flex. The easiest way to access iHeartRadio? Just press and hold the microphone button on your Xfinity remote and say iHeartRadio. Then you'll be taken directly to the iHeartRadio app to listen to all your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts right on your TV. Plus, check out Xfinity Ambient Moods to set your screen to beautiful photos and videos paired with hand-curated playlists from iHeartRadio to set the right mood. It's the screen you watch the most in your home, and you never knew that it was one of the most popular ways to listen to iHeartRadio. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio. Anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there. iHeartRadio.
Sign up today at coasttocoastam.com. To talk to Connie Willis, call the Wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk to Connie from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll free, call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Connie Willis.
Rocking into the nutty. You got that 38 special. Ready? Rocking into the nutty. Come on, I hope y'all did that with me. It's Coast to Coast AM, Connie Willis in your 38 special. And that really basically closes out our Southern Rock weekend. Oh, man. Thanks for writing in and letting me know that you like that. Good stuff. I appreciate that. It's the most listened to overnight radio program in North America. That's what you're listening to, Coast to Coast AM. Tomorrow night, George Knapp is back with us. He's going to be talking about global UFO secrets with Peter Levenda. And then we also have Skip Atwater in the house. He's going to be talking about remote viewing and UFO bases. Interesting stuff. That's tomorrow night. George Knapp here on Coast to Coast AM.
Real people, real stories.
So I had an appointment with the surgeon, and he told me what all he was going to do, and it was just absolutely horrendous. I came home, I started on Carnivora, and I called and canceled my surgery, and my problem on my skin went away. I coughed until I choked 24 hours a day. So I saw 3 different pulmonologists, and they could do nothing. Someone had mentioned to me about a product that President Reagan had taken. I ordered it within 1 week. 1 week. My coughing had stopped. I have bruising that's all over my arms, 3 weeks after I was on the Carnivore, I noticed, I'm looking at my arms, and I said, gee, I don't have any bruises on my arms, but I'm always full of bruises. I can't put my finger on it, but I know something's happening. That has to be the Carnivore.
We're talking about the power of waking up your immune system, which, as you've heard, has incredible healing powers. And make no mistake, this is the most versatile application to address all abnormal cells in humans and animals. Try it, and you'll see for yourself. Get 15% off any product using the promo code GEORGE. Call 1-866-836-8735. That's 1-866-836-8735. Or visit carnivora.com, CARNIVORA.com. Is the president ready to fulfill his agenda before leaving office? Translation, more money printing, soaring inflation, is all that possible? Is gold the answer to protect your savings in retirement? To find out, get a free info kit from the Birch Gold Group by texting the word COAST to 989898. Don't let inflation wreck your IRA or 401k. Secure with gold. Text COAST to the number 989898 and get your free info kit from the Birch Gold Group.
It's Coast to Coast AM, Connie Willis here, Southern Rock Weekend. That was fun. And you guys liked it. You're writing in. Thanks so much. We'll see what the next time. Let's see. I think I'm back October 5th or something like that. So I don't know what I'll do. If y'all ever have ideas, let me know. I know some people said do love songs and do duets and do this song and do that song. So we'll see what comes up. But I know you guys love all the music, and that's fun. I did 15 years of music radio, and it's fun to, have a little bit of that in here too, like we're doing. So I appreciate your all's feedback. Always nice to hear good things from you. ConnieWillis.com is where you can find me. Yeah, I do live investigations and do, talk to people, have a good time. It's a whole community though. You become a blue rocker, you're in the know, and you will have friends for a long time, and your skills will improve because we hang out together, but also when we're at an investigation, it's creepy hotspots with me. When we're out there, we're not using the equipment like in the ghost hunt. When we do a haunting, there's people there that have all the equipment and will use the equipment kind of thing. But maybe, I mean, if it's just me, I'm not using the equipment. Unless the SLS is cool though. And I might do some audio recording, but I'm doing live, so you'll see the camera when we're actually going live. But when we're out there Bigfooting and getting the strange lights and doing things out in the woods, with me, there's a couple things I do. I don't pull out all the equipment. My work is not to prove anything. Mine is to have that communication and to have that relationship. So it's more about our intuition. However, I'll put lights out, and it gives us something to look at night when it's pitch black up at 10,000 feet. But it's also, you can see if something walks by. It might even be a big elk or a moose, by the way, or a bear and something else. But it's really cool and interesting. And I hope that you'll join. Go to ConnieWillis.com and learn more. And thanks for signing up for me on TikTok and X and YouTube and with my newsletter. Okay, we have with us another legit researcher out there doing it all, living out there in the Washington State area, in the Pacific Northwest, where it's all happening. It's just a little wet out there. Just a little wet out there from time to time there, Patty. Patty Valdez with us with the South Sound Paranormal Research. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said it does rain and it keeps it green.
Keeps it green. It's so mystical looking out there. I love it. I love to visit, and we're just out at Barb Shoop's camp out for the night, and that was fun. She does that I guess a couple times a year. It was really great to meet her in person. She's been here on Coast to Coast as well. But yeah, it was just wet. I don't miss that wet humidity and just being wet and camping outside. I don't miss that at all. We'll get you all over to Colorado here, get you some dry nights. It might be really cold, but you don't notice it as much because it's dry. Look at you here.
Great.
Look at you here.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it was like 72 degrees here today, and the sun was out.
Nice. Hey. Yeah, hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I could keep cracking on it, but I won't. I love it up there, too. I don't want people thinking I don't. I really do like it up there, and really a lot of neat things. And it was great meeting you guys, and thank you for allowing myself and Mel to be out there, and you all took care of us that night, and over that day and night, and showed us a lot, and talked a lot, and I really love the video that you guys have too, and shared it here on Coast to Coast. It is a really interesting thing. I'm looking forward to seeing what people write down underneath the video on YouTube there.
Yeah, it is, it's just one of those things that we can't explain, and, maybe we'll never be able to explain it, but at least we got it.
Yeah, and it's not faked. It's not somebody doing something. You've already checked all the lens flare and this and that and all these other things. So it's nice to see some, when we get legit stuff. And people are getting legit stuff more and more. So good job. Now, so tell us more about anything that's happened at the museum, some strange things, because I know you got some more stories and just love to hear them.
Yeah. So one of the ones I know we talked about previously when we were together, when we first came to the museum, we were asked to come in because there was a volunteer who was working there at the museum, and she had encountered a full-body apparition. It was a little girl, and she was closing down the museum for the night, and she turned around, there was a little girl standing there, and the little girl had asked her, "Have you seen my mom?" And the volunteer turned to kind of look up, okay, where would there be a mom here? And when she turned back, the little girl disappeared. And so one of the people that live in town who's on our team was able to speak with that gal directly. And so kind of as a, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of a thing where I said, hey, you know what? Swing by the museum sometime, give them our business card, and tell them, if they want to ever have an investigation at the museum, we're willing to do it. And everything that we do, investigation-wise, and all the video and stuff, we give you a copy of everything. no charge to the person or to the family or to the client at all. And so we did. Like 3 days after she dropped off the business card, they asked us to come in. So set up our equipment. Go ahead, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I'm listening. This is good stuff. Your sound effects come out of me. I apologize.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So we came in, set up our equipment back in the conference room where we were at for majority of their part of the night on Sunday. And so we're setting up our, getting our equipment out, getting cables, prepared and stuff. And the phone in the back room rang. And one of our team members went over and picked up the phone and said hello. Because we had initially thought maybe that was the, museum director at the time, not the one that Jason, who's the wonderful museum director now, but he answered it. He goes, "No, it's dead." Right? And he goes, "We're like, oh, okay, okay, we don't know." And so throughout the night, it rang 2 more times. And then the museum director at the time, she came back, and we said, "Hey, she goes, oh, do you guys think you got anything, stuff?" We go, "Well, kind of weird. The phone back here keeps ringing." And she's like, she kind of, the old term, she turned white as a ghost, because she said that phone doesn't work. And we go, "Well, it rang, and there was, 5 or 6 of us there, and it's like, no, we all heard it. We all saw him pick it up, the 3 times to answer it, what have you." And so she goes, "Well, let's check something else." And so we went back to the very front of the museum, to the desk there, and they had an answering service that is, it's kind of not an answering machine, but an actual service. And they checked, there were no incoming calls to the museum that night.
Yeah, that's one. And then the thing too, it's always just like, oh, they're in the house with you. Oh, they're calling on the same line.
This is real.
Yes.
Yeah, so you take it with a grain of salt with that. But they wanted, we're finding out with the museum, with the Montana Historic Museum in Chehalis, Washington, is that when we come in and if we bring other people with us, they tend to be nice, if that makes sense. And they will communicate with us. We'll just, we will talk, and during our conversation, they'll pipe in and say something to us about it, about what we're talking about, or something just off the wall. You never know. And so, but there have been times at that museum upstairs, the same museum director at the time was shoved pretty good. She hit the floor on all 4s. And another occasion, there was a hinge, like when you have a cabinet, open and close, you have those hinges there. There was a hinge, and it was thrown at her. And one of the
it was thrown at her?
It was thrown at her only from the standpoint that there was nothing like that in that area she was in. Mm-hmm. But this thing came from another area shelving that it came across at her. And so, there's a long story with that, and I won't get into it with who that was and everything, but,
No. See, now you come on, Ghost.
Also lost and embezzlement and all that stuff. So,
okay, I think I heard that story. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I'll trust you on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't a nice happening.
Right.
But, one other really interesting thing for us was, and you were in that back section of the attic, there are just these white cabinets, and they open up. They're basically closets because there's a lot of clothing in there and things of that nature. And we were upstairs in the attic, and you hear a slam, right? And it's like, okay, where did that come from? Like something fell. So of course you're going to run around. There's a lot of artifacts from the county and that. Walk around. Well, in that particular area, there's a little book, about a 5x7 book, and it's on the ground. And I know at the time when we talked to you last week, we were trying to figure out the name of it, and I actually found it, and it was now I got to look it up real quick. I'm not looking it up, but it's just I have it written down. It was a book that was written, and it came out in January of 1883, January 1st of 1883, and it was written by Henry Drummond, and the book was called Natural Laws of the Spiritual World. So we always thought that was so appropriate for what we were doing.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Wow.
Right?
No coincidences.
Right. No coincidences. That's one thing we don't believe in. So one thing I like to tell people, and we kind of have it as a little bit of a motto for the team, is the paranormal has become the normal. And it just it just goes back to people, growing up, like yourself, living in a haunted house. My first experience in Germany at the age of 5, not something you necessarily talked about. But now when you mention the paranormal, everybody has a story about it. And it's the same with the Bigfoot, the cryptid community. Everybody has, well, we thought we saw something, or we know somebody who saw something, and it's become a normal conversation now.
It's true. We've been talking this way forever here at Coast to Coast, so it's normal for us. It's so funny, right? And I'm happy that you knew about us as well and took us in there too. That was really cool. But you're exactly right. It's very, and thank goodness, I think a lot of people are just kind of coming out, and they're not afraid, right, to tell it anymore. They're not as afraid. It's still a little spooky for some people to bring up Bigfoot and some of the other things too. But for the most part, with ghosts, people will definitely talk about that, right? And we've always had slumber parties or campouts or whatever where you sit around the fire and you tell ghost stories. So more and more of those fire sitting ones are being, they're UFOs and Bigfoot stories.
Right. And up here, you can't go into a little cafe or a pub or a bar, tavern. And you'd walk in and say, anybody seen a Bigfoot? And have people going, yep, come on over.
And signs everywhere, absolutely.
Exactly.
Of little Bigfoot, that's true. Well, you all are pretty much known for it up there. And it's interesting because a lot of people in that area have literally told me they don't think they're anywhere else but there. No, they're absolutely everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. But,
Well, actually, this county I live in, Pierce County,
yeah,
it is the number 1 spot in the nation for Bigfoot sightings.
That are recorded,
yes.
Yeah. That's the big thing there, because you've been around with it for so long. I think people are comfortable recording, calling it in. But all the other states are still like, what? I thought it was only in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I think I just saw.
Is there only one of them?
Yeah, and they're walking around the world to the left. So I was looking at your site, and the devices that you do use are the thermometer, EMF, MEL, geophone, compass. Just real quick, ghost boxes, pendulums. Oh, I love those. I love using the pendulums and dowsing rods. So when people are good at that, before we take off here, what's your favorite one? I guess it's the voice recorder, actually.
It's still a voice recorder, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just because it allows somehow or another, and nobody knows for sure, to whatever's wanting to communicate can communicate with you. And unseen, although we've had some disembodied voices in the museum as well, but for the most part, EVPs, they seem to come up all the time. And if you're lucky, you'll get something photographically, and if you're really lucky, you get something on video.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
I really appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the people write underneath your video there. So thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon. Nice meeting you. Thanks for taking us out, and thanks for being here on Coast to Coast with us. That's Patty Valdez of the South Sound Paranormal Research. You can check them out on Facebook under that same name, or ssbri.org. Check out their website, but go to our website at coasttocoastam.com, and you will see in the carousel of all of our features, you'll see the video that we're talking about. And right underneath it, it's on YouTube, so right underneath there in the comments what you think it is, because it'll be interesting to read what you think, because maybe you've seen something like that before. This is what's important with us, is to say, hey, here's something somebody saw. Did you guys see this too? And the more and more people that we can connect with and maybe figure out what it was. I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a beam of light for things to come in and out, up and down. And it's interesting because you can see that stuff outside, but you don't always necessarily see it within a building. And that's what I found just so interesting. So crazy interesting. So thanks everybody for joining me tonight, and enjoying a Southern Rock weekend with me as well. I'll be back like October 5th is when I'll be back. And in the meantime, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. We also had Malik on earlier, and I love that. We're going to have him back whenever we have some problems, and we'll ask him along the way what he knows. So thank you again, and thanks for all the nice words. So from the foothills of the Colorado Rockies, I want to thank everybody that puts this together. Julie Talbot, Bill May, Lisa Lyon, Tommy Danheiser, I keep doing that to him, Dan Galani, Stephanie Smith, Mike Cosio, Adam Thompson with us tonight, Lex Longhood, Sean Ledesor, Alec Fernandez with us tonight too, Tim Banal, Gina Salvati with us tonight, Donna Walker, Roger Slavin, Chris Burrows, Rich Vera, Lee Tagar, Richard Searig, George Knapp be back tomorrow night, and following that night, George Norrie, he'll be back then too. The whole Coast to Coast AM team and family. So, until we meet again, find me at ConnieWillis.com. Join my shows Blue Rock Talk, Connie After Dark, Project Creepy Hotspots, and be a part of the investigations. So keep watching the nights, guys. Continue with me to seek out the strange and uncover the unknown for Coast to Coast AM. I'm Connie Willis. Bye for now.
biggest headliners in live music shared the stage this weekend at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Big Sean,
Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani, Halsey,
Hosier, Keith Urban,
New Kids on the Block,
Paramore,
The Black Crows,
The Weeknd, Thomas Rhett,
Victoria Monet.
Christopher's Copeland.
This lineup for this festival is nuts.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Relive all of the once-in-a-lifetime moments now, streaming only on Hulu.
Hey there, it's Michael Lewis, author of Going Infinite, The Big Short, Moneyball, and Liar's Poker. On the latest season of my podcast, Against the Rules, I'm exploring what it means to be a sports fan in America, and what the rise of sports betting is doing to our teams, our states, and ourselves. I'm heading to Las Vegas and New Jersey and beyond to understand America's newest form of legalized gambling. Listen to Against the Rules on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Against the Rules, and start listening.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of hundreds of thousands of titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Lancaster, South Carolina is in the middle of not much. But growing up near that rural town in the post-civil rights South, I knew it as the hometown of a black man named Jim Duncan, who became a Super Bowl hero.
The Baltimore Colts champs of the American Conference, the Dallas Cowboys champs of the National Conference.
And where his death, even now, almost half a century later, still makes no sense at all.
The story was that my brother went into the police station, took a gun off a police officer, and shot himself in the head. Most people don't believe that.
I'm Brett McCormick, and for the past 3 years at the Rock Hill Herald, I've looked back at a story that's timelier than ever.
My first impression was that could have happened last week.
The tale of a life falling apart. And police too close to the edge.
Black people couldn't do but so much. I've tried to feel about stuff happened years ago. Move on.
The search for closure for an event almost no one could believe.
Someday, South Carolina will be a better state.
But even fewer dared question.
Have you got some time to talk? Never has this been something that anybody's interested in talking about.
Until now.
It involves race, the mental state of the person, and a town that was scared to death to say anything.
Return Man from the Rock Hill Herald, McClatchy Studios, and iHeartRadio.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Free-range, non-genetically modified, handcrafted, artisanal, gluten-free, stimulating talk. KSI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Rabbi Gonzalez live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. A firefighter in California has been arrested for allegedly starting at least 5 recent brush fires. Sonoma County Fire District Division Chief Cindy Foreman says the 38-year-old firefighter was off duty when he allegedly started the fires.
That's someone that's supposed to be out in the community protecting us, and they're actually putting us all in harm's way. It's hard to read.
The firefighter was arrested on Friday. An old courthouse in LaSalle Park has been destroyed by fire. The fire broke out around 6 last night, and flames could be seen from Dodger Stadium. The fire had threatened a nearby 2-story building, but fire crews were able to keep the fire from spreading. Homeowners who have lost insurance and have seen big rate hikes have called for relief.
Inside LA City Hall, State Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara hosted a virtual public forum. Outside City Hall, consumer watchdog founder Harvey Rosenfield said Lara's planned compromise with insurance companies won't work for ratepayers.
It's riddled with loopholes. It is not going to ensure that everybody who needs coverage, who can't get it today, will get it today.
Insurance companies have said they'll rank for policies in the wildfire program. They're allowing rates higher.
Police in Alabama.
Sanders' 4 receivers designed.
Killed 4 people in Birmingham.
Rest assured, we are going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that we uncover, identify, and hunt down who was ever responsible for preying on our people this morning.
Birmingham police officer Truman Fitzgerald said officers were called out to the 5 Points South area just after 11 last night and found 4 people shot. At least 18 people have been hurt during the shooting. All of the people shot were either on the sidewalk or on the street. Vice President Harris has accepted CNN's invitation to take part in a second presidential debate. The Harris-Walz campaign says it has extended an invitation to former President Trump to join the televised debate on October 23rd. The debate will be the same format and setup as a CNN debate in June when it was Trump and Biden. A couple is suing an IVF clinic in LA used by celebrities like Kim Kardashian for allegedly throwing away fertilized embryos.
The couple has accused Reproductive Partners Medical Group of wrongfully and intentionally throwing away 16 of their fertilized embryos after failing to properly label them. Marissa Calhoun says when she answered Dr. Andy Huang's call last year, she knew something was wrong.
They tossed out our hopes for our family's future and trust in the very people who took an oath to do no harm.
Attorneys for the couple say RPMG gaslit its patients and provided incomplete medical records on 3 occasions last year. The clinic says no other patient's embryos or eggs have been impacted. Chrisette, KFI News.
Driving around Inglewood could be tough today.
First, there's a huge rivalry game at SoFi Stadium with the Rams hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Then later, right next door, Usher takes the stage at the Intuit Dome. And next door to that, Nicki Minaj plays the Forum. So it could be a pretty rough day for driving or parking in Inglewood. After a 5-year hiatus, one of SoCal's favorite Halloween events is back in Long Beach, Dark Harbor at the Queen Mary, and heads up for a full overnight closure of the northbound 71 freeway from the 60 up to Mission. With your weekend watch out for traffic trouble spots, Will Kohlschreiber, KFI in the Sky.
SoCal weather from KFI. Clouds and fog this morning. Sunny later with highs to the mid-80s. In the mid-70s at the beaches, upper 80s in the valleys. Let's take a look at traffic. There's a major tie-up on the 5 in Commerce.
A major injury accident has shut down all lanes on the northbound 5 just before Eastern Avenue. You'll come to a halt around Washington Boulevard. A solar injury crash on the Antelope Valley Freeway in Agua Dulce. Car has overturned in the right lane, 14 southbound past Agua Dulce Canyon Road. And to the 101 freeway in Camarillo, serious injury crash here has knocked out all lanes on the 101 northbound at Carmen Drive. With Southern California's only airborne traffic reports, I'm Eric Roy.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL Media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days. Almost. And you can't get a welcome lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry. Nope. Hot stand? I believe yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely give you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol and select product availability may vary by month. For details. Hey there, it's Michael Lewis, author of Going Infinite, The Big Short, Moneyball, and Liar's Poker. On the latest season of my podcast, Against the Rules, I'm exploring what it means to be a sports fan in America. And with the rise of sports betting, our teams, our states, and ourselves, I'm heading to Las Vegas and New Jersey and beyond to understand America's newest form of legalized gambling. Listen to Against the Rules on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Against the Rules, and start listening.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of hundreds of thousands of titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Some say they are the eternal, mortal enemy of mankind. Others say they're so similar to us that we can befriend them. Like us, they're born and they die. Like us, they fall in love, marry, have children. And like us, they hate and fight and destroy. But truth be told, they're nothing like us. They are powerful and ancient, and they exist right alongside us in their own dimensions, their own tribes, and their own kingdoms. Billions of people throughout history and across continents have believed in these creatures, hidden from our human eyes, invisible, but as real as the smokeless flames that they're created out of. The jinn. My name is Rabbi Rothschild. I'm an attorney, New York Times bestselling author, and producer and co-host of the popular criminal justice podcast, Undisclosed. But I'm also someone who grew up in a culture rich with the legends and stories about the jinn, swapping jinn stories like other kids swap ghost stories, both terrified and in awe of them. And that's why I will be your guide into the world of the hidden jinn. A new podcast exploring the centuries of tales, tradition, and belief about these supernatural beings. Created and written by me, and executive produced by Aaron Mankey from the hit podcast Lore. The Hidden Jinn will take you on a journey into a world that few of us may be aware of, but one that has existed since the dawn of time. The Hidden Jinn, once worshipped and always feared. Join me to find out why.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app, #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. KFI AM 640.
The following is a pre-recorded program.
Free. 12 meditation ebooks. Free. EE Initiation 1. 4 hours meditation instruction video. Free. Hatha Yoga DVD. Free. Sacred Chants. Luciferian Satanic Illuminati Kabbalist Sabbatin Frankists. Cult of the All-Seeing Eye. Luciferian Satanic Illuminati Kabbalist Sabbatin Frankists, also referred to as the Cult of the All-Seeing Eye, are everywhere. Everywhere where there is power. Infiltration is their modus operandi. Jacob Frank, 1726-1791, the leader of the Luciferian Satanic Illuminati Sabbatin/Frankists, proclaimed himself to be the reincarnation of Sabbatai Zibai, the living Messiah. If it is possible to have evil personified, Jacob Frank represented evil at its absolute worst. Not even Sabbatai Zibai was as evil as Frank and his disciples. It was the satanic Kabbalistic leadership that handpicked Jacob Frank to develop the teaching begun by Sabbatai Zibai and to indoctrinate Mayer Emschel Rothschild and Adam Weishaupt. This alliance of Frank Rothschild-Weishaupt formed an unholy trinity. 1. Theology. Jacob Frank was in charge of creating a satanic theology that would be the foundation for revolutions. 2. Banking. Mayer Emschel Rothschild was in charge of world banking. 3. Revolution. Illuminati Jesuit Adam Weishaupt was in charge of the satanic revolutionary political development in the world. Luciferian satanic Illuminati Sabbatan/Frankists have infiltrated the upper levels of Judaism, Catholicism, and Islam worldwide. This same satanic Frankist hetero or sodomic hierogamy or ritual sex existed in pagan fertility worship and was also popular in the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, which led to their downfall and eventual captivity. Frank reworked the concept of Tzvi Sabbatan Messiah who sins and encouraging adherents of the movement to engage in sin, with the logic that if salvation could be attained through holiness from sin, it could also be achieved through indulging in sinfulness. Thus, the practices of the Frankists consist of orgiastic, sexually promiscuous rituals. Jacob Frank taught holiness through sin and that good would come through the triumph of evil. What was prohibited would be allowed, including adultery, incest, and pedophilia. Witchcraft and satanic rituals were introduced with animal and human sacrifices. Jacob Frank reversed the truth. Since we cannot all be saints, let us all be sinners. To ascend, one must first descend. No man can climb a mountain until he has first descended to its foot. Therefore we must descend and be cast down to the bottom rung, for only then can we climb to the infinite. No region of the human soul can remain untouched by this struggle. I did not come into this world to lift you up, but rather to cast you down to the bottom of the abyss. The descent into the abyss requires not only the rejection of all religions and conventions, but also the commission of strange acts, and this in turn demands the voluntary abasement, degradation, of one's own sense of self, so that libertinism, no morality, and the achievement of that state of utter shamelessness which leads to a tikkun of the soul are one and the same thing. Inspired by Stephen, he wrote the doctrine of the Antichrist, which permitted orgiastic, sexually promiscuous rites, incest, rape, and sexual intercourse with children, including sodomy on young boys. Lucifer was declared the true God. Witchcraft and satanic rituals were introduced with animal and human sacrifices. The creation of new religions, myths, and cults by the Satanists. Monty Python's Life of Brian got it right when the reply to, "Why do you do that?" is always, "It is written." But understand that these creations are created for both good and evil. A good man will interpret evil in the best way possible. But trauma, damage, the splitting of the mind requires much healing. Sabbatan Francaism is an example of Satanism growing through the creation of new religions and myths. Satanism grows through the perversion of religions and through the creation of new religions. After having seen them grow up, after having seen if they have legs, they are then let go, or infiltrate, funded and supported. New religions like Protestantism, Calvinism, Mormonism with their polygamy, Pentecostals, Jehovah's Witnesses, Children of God, whose most famous stars are River and Joaquin Phoenix, and of course Sabbatean Frankists are tested, and then used by the Satanists as seen fit. In Wise as Serpents by Springmeier, he details the satanic creation of this new religion, the Masonic background of Jehovah's Witnesses founder William Taz Russell, and the fact that Russell is a bloodline. See The 13 Bloodlines of the Illuminati by Springmeier, of the British Russell Illuminati making their money from drug running to Hong Kong and China, a Russell creating the Sodomic Skull and Bones Society at Yale University and having Satanist Lord Bertrand Russell amongst their alumni. Calvin's previous name was Cohen as a Frankist Marrano Jew. Protestants were founded as a countervailing force against Catholicism, after the siege of Cambrai in 1507, by the satanic Venetians whose drug-running, banking and slave-trading Venetian Empire is in a direct line from the satanic Babylonian Empire to the drug-running, banking and slave-trading Roman Empire. Venetian agent Luther was under the aegis of Venetian Cardinal Contarini, who also was responsible for the founding of the Jesuits under Venetian agent Loyola. Christianity created by the Roman Piso family. There are many religions prior to Christianity which use the same myths as Christianity. The aura of Christ is the aura of the sun, Mithras. Not the Spanish Inquisition. Monty Python. Another example is the creation of older religions like Judaism and Islam. When the satanic Babylonians created Judaism and Islam, they added pain in order to split the minds of the adherents at birth. The genital mutilation of babies will accomplish that sub-personality split off from the normal mind at the age the trauma was performed. Circumcision is the key to mind control. Monty Python's Life of Brian got it right when I reply to, "Why do you do that?" as always. It is written. The technology of trauma-based mind control with the addition of drugs and hypnotism to infiltrate the trauma-split minds of those who must be controlled further, later, and more completely, is a satanic secret from before the time of Babylon. See The Illuminati Formula to Create a Completely Mind-Controlled Slave by Springmeier. Originally, Judaism was invented to create a group of hard-head terrorists to protect the right flank of the Babylonian Empire. Today it is the Ark of Crisis maintaining control of the petroleum riches for the British and Anglo-American empires. Islam was created during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Circumcision was done for boys at the time of their Aqiqah. It's a traditional celebration for the birth of a child which involves the sacrifice of an animal and thanks to Allah. As reported in Al-Bayhaq. Rent-A Mob utilizes mind-split armies to follow the Arab Spring destabilizing countries like Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, Syria, Ukraine, Russia, Uber, China, after which Rockefeller, a branch of the Rothschild family, funded NATO and UN finished them off. The technology of trauma-based mind control with the addition of drugs and hypnotism to infiltrate the trauma-split minds of those who must be controlled further, later, and more completely, is a satanic secret from before the time of Babylon. See The Illuminati Formula to Create a Completely Mind-Controlled Slave by Springmeier. In My Homosexuality and Satanic Ritual and the Perversion of Base Chakra Kundalini Awakening, Homo-occultism, Forced Pederasty, and Child Sacrifice, I mention another common method of splitting the mind, which is the sodomy of babies. Together with genital mutilation, these two techniques are the most common methods of splitting the mind and creating an underlying rage which is ideal for the creation of clone armies. However, generational dynastic families for 10,000 years have used sophisticated mind control techniques as detailed in The Illuminati Formula to Create a Completely Mind-Controlled Slave by Springmeier, in order to completely control every member of their very important families. Using trauma, hypnotism, and drugs, now there is an amazing pharmacopoeia from which to choose the appropriate drug. But these drugs have been studied since ancient Egypt, and hypnotism, the mind is split by experts. Menschel, after his research in concentration camps, became the world's expert on splitting the mind by trauma, physical, emotional, and mental torture, into a three-dimensional matrix of sub-personalities accessed by hypnotic cohorts by the handler. The engaging front personality is controlled by the satanically evil back personality in every important function in the world. The healing of these trauma-formed sub-personalities, whose symptoms include unstoppable emotions like rage or fear and amazingly illogical gaps in the intellect, are removed and healed in Energy Enhancement Level 3. Breeding for psychopathic intelligence is the trick which allowed Europe to outbreed the harem-breeding tactics of the Ottoman Empire and Genghis Khan. 20% of Mongolia now has Genghis Khan genes from his harem of 700 wives. The Ottomans highly educated their many harem sons, then chose the most intelligent to rule. However, inbreeding creates idiots and a few incredibly intelligent psychopathic monsters. When the Darwins, Galtons, Wedgwoods, and Huxleys decided only to breed within their own families, they did create a few credence, as all inbreeding does, but they also created psychopathic genius. The satanic eugenics of Hitler was created by Galton and Darwin and funded by the Rockefellers. Later it was continued by Sir Julian Huxley at the UN, where he obfuscated the name of eugenics into family planning and transhumanism. Aldous Huxley helped with the MI6 operation to corrupt America with the introduction of illegal drugs there as a prior attempt before further destabilization, and as part of the $1 trillion per year international drug trade. However, using conversations with his brother, Sir Julian, he completely exposed the eugenic plan for the world in Brave New World, a vision of the future of totalitarian control he considered superior to Orwell's 1984. The genealogies of all elite families Europe are completely known as much as are the great horses, and they are all completely inbred through Savant and Frankist incest. Want to learn how to remove mind-controlling energy blockage implants? More about energy enhancement meditation? Want to learn why traditional meditation techniques are designed to fail? Download free energy enhancement ebook. Get free all the other free energy enhancement books. Sign up to download the Against Satanism series in 6 volumes. And 16 meditation books more.
For it, so it's mostly hers, but I have the password, so we share it, And I'm getting concerned because I see what she's watching, and it's like an alarming of murder documentaries. It's really freaking me out. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Like, she have a weird murder fetish. She want me to murder her? I don't know. I'm not down for that. Or even more concerning, if she's like trying to murder me. She's just studying what not to do, where not to look up. I don't know, I'm terrified. I can't sleep over her place anymore, Got open, constantly looking at her. I don't know. When I practiced that, it lasted a minute, As we all know, for men, sometimes it doesn't happen.
There you go. And Rudy. Ben, first time doing stand-up?
Nah, for like a year, man.
Been doing it for a year, okay. Interesting. I it's one of those things where it's just too hard to believe that you're afraid that your girlfriend is going to kill you based on her watching the documentaries. You know what I mean?
Well, she's super she does yoga, she's super mellow and alive. Like she watches a lot of these murder documentaries. Wow.
Have you done anything that would make her want to murder you?
I mean, I think you're a pretty good person. You never know what to do.
Something very, you have a lot of you have a weird Ted Bundy twinge to you. I feel like you're the kind of guy that murders your girlfriends and then goes to shows like this and talks about how you're going to murder you. Just have girls buried under sheds.
If I would do it, it's the #1 podcast, of course.
Heck yeah, #1 live podcast. That's the most important part of this. That's the most important part because it's in front of a live audience, and that's the word that the asterisk is next to every time I say it.
Gotcha.
So tell us more about you. You've been in stand-up for a year. What else? What's the profile like you, Ben Rudy? Looks like he plays himself in cross. Looks like you throw it, and then you run, and then you catch it on the other side.
Nah, I'm not really or anything like that. But I'm playing a lot of video games, you know?
Yeah? Like what? What video game? You look like the main character from Red Dead Redemption.
You look like your murderer named Ashton Butcher, dude.
Ashton Butcher. Ashton Butcher. How does that make you feel?
I mean, Ashton Butcher's a pretty handsome guy, so I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead, Ben. What's about you?
Like I do stand-up comedy. I'm trying to do stand-up comedy. It's
not for a living. You seem like what? You drive an ambulance?
I wish.
Yeah.
No, I work at a storage place, man.
Really? The William Montgomery is here, everybody. The great William Montgomery works at a self-storage facility.
Here's climate control.
Some buildings are.
Oh, look at that.
Not all.
How long have you been working in the storage business?
For like a month and a half. Yeah.
You seem so excited you could barely contain yourself.
Yeah. I'm curious how long you've been possessed by the spirit of Matthew McConaughey. I mean, I work in the storage. I don't know. Like, been doing stand-up for like a year and a half.
How long you been with your girl?
It'll be a year and as well.
Like a year. I don't know.
How about hobbies and things that you do for fun? Maybe acoustic guitar, right?
No? Well, I did.
You're damn right. Yeah.
But not like lame way, like douchey way, like playing for.
There's no other way. How many pairs of English shoes do you own?
Yeah. How many sweat lodges have you been to?
Yeah,
what's your spirit?
You ever do couples yoga where you have to hold your girlfriend up or some shit?
No, I didn't.
No. What are your hobbies?
Video
games?
How long?
I like football.
Come on.
Yeah.
There must be a passion for you.
Passion.
There must be something, a goal, perhaps, something that you've always wanted to do, maybe something on your bucket list, somewhere you want to go, something you want to fucking do in your fucking life in the whole world, with every option out there in the fucking universe.
Do stand-up. I'm coming in with one of my life works. Boom.
There is something
This guy, man.
I believe it was the great Phil Collins.
It's black mold.
Woo. All right, Ben. What does your girlfriend do?
Well, she works at a guitar factory. That's right, man.
She works at a guitar factory. You went there to buy a guitar one day.
No, I work.
You're just stringing her along.
You worked there too at one point.
Did you get my acoustic guitars?
Did you get fired?
No, I quit.
You quit.
On my 2-year review day.
Why did you quit on your 2-year review day?
Because I really hated the job.
Yeah, did you make a good scene out of it? You're like, 2-year review. How about you? I'm out of here. I quit. You fucking assholes.
Exactly the one.
I place.
I took a guitar off Nashville.
Did you really?
Yeah. Were you there? Fuck it.
This is so weird. I look. These are all the people that know that they would mentally break down at the Comedy Store, so they just waited for us to have a comedy, just barely out the intimidating walls of the Comedy Store. They're like, "Hey, dude, I want to fucking sign up. I'll get the fucking Chinese restaurant. This is my calling."
I would go to the Comedy Store if I was confident in my truck to make it there.
You got a bad truck? What kind of truck do you have?
It's
Why do you give your girlfriend a truck? All right.
She's starting to take around 60. You know?
Dude, it's time. It's time for you to fly.
There he goes. On the next one. Let's fly through. Wait. Get in there. Almost there. Everybody's looking for something. Okay, I'm telling you, I feel it. It seems like a good, positive, fun day. It seems like someone that has seen the show before and understands what's going on. Make some noise for Artie Lopez, everyone. Artie Lopez. Wow, here he goes. Yeah. Come on, one more time. Good and loud for Artie Lopez.
We're here. We are here. I most people in this room that are not eating this food right now. Seriously, this is the only place I've been to where I refuse to have the Chinese food here. I don't know what it is. I love it. I don't know if it's Chinese food, but they have like Spain or like on the corner over here to the left. They don't change, man. I buy my foods on the right. They don't change. I love this. I'm a caregiver. I need this to go fucking out. Interesting. I can't wipe it after this. I can't. I wiped 5 times. Not one was right. I hate it. They try to have a conversation with you while midnight. It's like, dude, you know, cut that shit out. Before I got do a lot of interviews, like job interviews, shit. You guys know that, right? This is how I got this. The next job I was going to work out. So that I spoke fluent Spanish.
Yeah. Is that it?
I put spoke Spanish, guys. I'm looking at you can clearly tell I don't speak Spanish. I don't. So the guy's like, look, I'll give you the gotta do lessons in Spanish. And I said, see, you know, like, all right. I said, bienvenidos, mi amor, because it works.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I said, bienvenidos, Bajatos, mi penento.
Was that it? Was that it? That was it? Was that it? Look at me. Was that it?
I clearly didn't get the job.
That's it?
Yeah,
was that it?
I clearly didn't get the job.
Jesus fucking Christ, starting Lopez. Oh man, you're gonna be wiping asses for the rest of your life. Jesus. No, I'm just kidding. I like your style, dude. Artie. For those of you listening to the podcast, Artie looks like if you smash together Wario and Bowser. My favorite Mario.
Did you wear shoes? Because if you can't see your feet, you wear your feet.
No, actually,
that was great. To a half-court shot on that game when he was going down in the other part of the court. Like you let a little kid on it.
It seemed like last money. I figured it went in.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about it. First, anyone stand up?
No.
There was a part where you said you clearly looked like you could speak fluent Spanish. Meanwhile, I would guess you speak fluent Spanish. Why do you think you look like you don't speak Spanish?
Well, I mean, a lot of times I just get out for change, like when people see me. So they don't ever say, oh, I do like Chicanos or, you know, like other biceps.
You look like a big action Bronson.
Big action Bronson.
I've never heard you said that. Did you see what the peanut thing?
Get it.
You had a peanut joke.
Oh, they try to have conversation when I'm wiping the penis.
It's something about peanuts.
Yeah, just cut out peanuts out of your diet.
I've never seen an elephant eat peanuts.
What?
I looked at the eyes.
Oh, no. that you would never eat here, but you look like you would eat anywhere. You look like you eat at the Hong Kong and the Hong Kong meal. What's your favorite food, Artie?
Sushi.
Sushi, really? Wow. I didn't realize whales could be cannibals.
This is going really fucking well. This is...
Come on, we let you do an extra 3.5 minutes stand-up comedy. How long have you been doing stand-up, Artie?
About 3 years.
How long have you been a caregiver?
Like 2 years. I was an EMT beforehand.
Oh, you were an EMT. Did you try to drove an ambulance?
Yeah, I was.
What made you get out of the EMT game?
I got a DUI.
Wow. You're welcome. Wow. Let me ask you this. Did you get a DUI in the ambulance? Because that would be fucking fun, right? Flip on the wow. My goodness. How'd you get the DUI? Pulled over, just with urban lanes that were behind you? Like, what happened?
I had a tail light.
Oh, God. Thank God you did. What did you drink that? Did you have a lot?
No, most of it was
What?
Mimosa?
Mimosa?
Orange juice with like champagne.
Jesus, the crowd went crazy for mimosa. To be honest, mimosa. Yeah. How many mimosas does it take to get a guy like you?
40. Like, look, these are my point. So,
mimosas and mimosas over here. All right. Anything else interesting about you that we find intriguing?
I run a weekly show here with this cocktail.
Is there anything we might find intriguing or interesting about you? Or...
No.
Devin.
Have you ever, taking care of old people, have you ever had somebody older ever come onto you while you're at work?
Good question. You ever been wiping somebody's ass and you're like, hey, Artie?
No, not.
I think you missed a spot.
Man, that's your vagina.
Oh, yeah, no, there's poop up there. Wipe it again. I don't know, you put toilet paper away. Just put it, Artie. You ever TV? You ever get down?
Ma'am, I'm going to give you a baby wipe to finish yourself off.
I've fallen, man. You put that up. Good thing you were in here. I think you're about to get attacked by a mountain.
Ma'am, I don't feel comfortable being in the same room as you.
Yeah. You missed another part of poop. Poop up, right? All right. You ever seen any good old lady tits? Have you ever seen any good old lady tits?
Yeah.
One of my favorite John Denver songs. Yeah, my lady, old lady tits. Have you ever seen good old lady tits? Hey, you good old lady tits. Old lady tits. Old lady. There he goes. Artie motherfucking look. And Artie with her hat ending the party. What do you guys think? We go to the fucking one
Hey, this is going to be it. This is going to be the
all right. Let's hope so. Oh my goodness. Anything can happen. There's a lot of famous musicians from Ventura, Tony Palermo. Anyway,
see him at the book fair.
Okay, it's like an interesting name. Make some noise for James Prison Bitch. Everyone. See what happens. Get the fuck out of here. prison break.
What's up, Ventura? So, anybody here ever just look on the their ass? I mean, I didn't forever. This guy, he is like, I don't mean forever. You know, you sit down and do your business, and you like 7 or 8 times. You look, because we all look. You're like, man, what's going on here? I'm making work. You know, like, fuck. About 3 more times, you do the math. The next one would be clean. About an hour later, you're like, witchy ass, fuck, you know. About an hour after that, that's it. Like, get in here and do work. You look around, you're looking at. You drag your dog. I know you guys couldn't see that. I was looking for them. You couldn't see it. That's why. That's it. That's why I ate baby wipes. I ran out of baby wipes. I went to the store. They had them on sale. I got a 20 pack. I got some next year.
Go on, finish it now.
She said, damn, how many kids you got? You're dead in the eye. I said,
I love it. One more time for stoned old Steve Austin, everybody.
Yeah.
I love it. Come on, put your hands together for Walter Whitepower, everybody. Come on, this is his biggest moment. Let's put it this way. He'll never be the lead of a Luke. He went baby like should have said Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Man, must be hard to wipe your ass. You wear a lot of white sheets around you. There you go. My goodness, James. Fucking awesome. By the way, when I had an ADD tangent earlier in the show and said, look at these interesting people, this was exactly the main guy that I was looking at. I said, I mean, look, this is what it looks like. I mean, this is what Trevor looks like in Grand Theft Auto. Like, I just reach over to him. Yeah, I got my coat. See, tell us a little bit about your life. I can literally tell your bone structure that you've had an interesting life.
Yeah.
You signed up with your last name prison bench. So tell us about it.
Yeah, this show's about to get a
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's fucking close strong.
Yeah. Right? We're not ready to go home. Prison bitch. By the way, after doing the sewer. Are
you speaking fucking local lingo on this show?
Yeah.
What is happening?
And I'm not even from here.
Okay.
So anyways, I'm a alcoholic athlete from the truth.
Wow.
So that makes me tiny heart Christian.
Wow.
Tiny heart.
You're a triathlete. So, so that's what? Running, bicycling, swimming?
Correct.
God damn. You really do that, right?
Yes. Yes.
What happens if you don't do that? Do you like get all like mad and depressed and shit and want to hurt people?
No.
You wants to do that too?
That's when the drinking comes in.
Right. You drink all the time?
Yeah. A lot of drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A lot of drinking going on.
Fuck yeah.
What do you drink? Whiskey and beer.
Together? Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
Like literally a Boilermaker together.
Wow. That's fucking incredible. Listen to the strain you robbed.
Okay, so disclaimer. I don't condone theft. I was a piece of shit. It was 1994. But this is a free train. And you could just go. You could just open them. And,
First of all, no.
Yeah. You can't. No, the reason you can't now is
Right.
you could then. So anyways, it might be full of grapes. It might be full of CDs. We opened up and it was JBL, box of JBL.
Wow.
And turns out it's all light. But that's okay because I was smoking.
Wow. Crowd goes crazy for them, ladies and gentlemen. All the stereo Ventura before.
Yeah, Ventura.
Yeah. Wow. So you did all these light bulbs. Did you get for that?
No, never.
But what did you get caught for? Your last name?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What happened?
John Malkovich.
No. Malkovich.
James.
Look, sorry. Prismich. And so about 8th grade, they figured out. Prismich. Yeah.
You started calling it prison.
Yeah.
It's not with it.
And it's bad when you go into the pub and everybody's like, prison bit, like, no.
Right.
You know.
Wow. That's crazy.
But so I did 2.5 months when I was 20 years old. And read. And end up going over it.
You did?
Yeah.
My goodness. How long were you in prison for?
2 years.
What did you do? Stick with my
5 nights.
Right here. I knew you were going to fucking. I love that these. Also, the guests tonight have been answered more of the audience's questions than mine. Any highlights of your 2-year trip?
Fucking no.
Really? Just 2 years?
No.
You never had any solitary confinement?
No.
Did they make you sit alone and play solitaire?
No. Probably there was some consensual prison sex going on over there. And
way over there. Right underneath the toilet.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, wherever that guy is. Over by him.
Yeah.
And I got seriously over in the air, and my homie went over to say, hey, can you cut that up?
Like shit.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you got your butt fucking in a prison cell that smells.
That's true.
We're supposed to be cellmates. Cellmate. That's what I would say. If I was in a prison, I'd sit there and I'd go, hey.
Yeah. You were in a prison, you'd be going, hey, stop it!
Tony would just like turn sideways and smack right between two. Like,
yeah, hey, break it up with it up.
If Tony was in a prison cell, he would shut the fuck up and do his school. That's what you would be saying.
Yeah, think that. You know what? Just be wrong. I'm gonna fuck you right now. And he kept it clean, so it's not gonna stink. Turn you into a prison bitch once and for all.
Gonna be a bitch lift, dude. Hey, how did the episode of Ventura for Kill Tony end?
Yeah.
I've always had a thing for all of you, all the guys that my mom dated after my father. Look, I'm gonna lay some. I know you're not used to having the dad around, so I'm gonna lay some ground rules right now. Your mom tells me you've been acting up in school. Shut up. That was my old time.
And then you flip up.
Yes, then I wow. Do you have any kids?
No, 0 kids.
No, who's that guy you're hanging with over there? It's like another pro. I can't figure out what it's a whole gang. You friends with the rest.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not you, 8th grade basketball players. Bunch of dorks. Love it. Look at this. Look at this is Barrett and Trump 3 years, by the way. Oh god. Can we boo this guy? This is unbearable. Boo! Who are they? Yes, they're booing it off right now. So, you have a girlfriend?
I just broke up with
Oh! For dating a real cop?
yes.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
hot?
It was. I would make her come home and leave her uniform on.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry.
My goodness. How long were you two together?
18 months.
18 months. And then you broke it off. How'd you do that?
That I was just going to end up hurting her eventually, and so I just want to hurt her less now and more later.
And then you punched her in the face. Yeah, I don't want to. This is going to hurt a little.
Yeah.
My goodness. Did she make it hard?
It is.
Yeah. She took it. Wow. How do you break up with a cop? Are you like, I need you to turn in your badge when you're gonna. Did she have to look shit on you? Was it kind of creepy? Like bothering you?
I don't think so, but she probably did.
She didn't take it well, huh?
No, she didn't take it well.
She's like, what do you go break into a fucking train, you asshole?
Yeah. No, she said, you're going to go back to Tinder? I was like, yeah, they were.
What happened? He pulls you over, dude.
Right, going to jail.
Is that you live in the area where now?
I do.
God, goodness. You fall right.
Yeah.
Speed trap.
Yeah.
What do you drive? What kind of pickup do you have?
That's right.
Do you have a pickup?
I do.
Wow. And let me guess. Well, I'm going to say that you have a dirt bike or a motorcycle that doesn't work. You have it because you're going to get the part to fix it eventually. Like, once you ride on it. No? So close.
No.
Oh, man. If I would have spiked this microphone. Thank you. You ever use yeah.
No, but
you've come here before with the road. I had a question. What race?
She's white.
Wow. Yeah. Have you ever been with a woman from the race?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're talking about
Currently.
Race. You know, I'm not talking about the triumph.
Yeah. I have. Yeah.
What race have you been with?
It's weird. Yeah, right.
A girl that's gone to school week.
An albino. When you say it's weird, what do you mean?
Because my little sister is half black, half white, and I have it. Yeah. Only half. But half black.
Wow. Yeah. So how long have you been fucking your sister for?
Right.
Yeah. Have you been with a half black, half white woman?
Yeah.
But not full black. That's right.
Right.
Hey, Tony. Let's not get crazy.
Right. So, wow. Is it happened once where you've been with a black woman?
No.
Damn. So you sort of hunted out, huh?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I think that they can tell.
Right. Yeah. They know what the fuck's going on. Heck yeah. My goodness. Wow.
And I think it's a fantasy for them too.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like they're getting fucked by the guy that would be lighting a fun fire in there.
Yes. Correct.
Good.
Correct.
Well, this is fucking awesome, dude. I mean, you're interesting as fuck. Anything else? Any other fun facts about you before we get you out of here?
This is just a dream come true. Right? You're my wonders. Like, Yeah. Dude. Motherfucking yeah.
Dude, you brought it all to big crescendo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What was your James person pitch? And we did it. It's an episode. A very interesting episode. Out audience-wise, action-wise, so much energy. Nothing it's just almost like an episode of Mary Springer or something like that. There's a few times where I feel like the lights put in the start in the audience. Glad that we made it out of this safe and sound, and who knows, maybe we'll come back again to the Hong Kong again. In the meanwhile, the whole thing just keeps rolling along. It never ends. Louis, Nyack, La Jolla, New York City, San Francisco, Sacramento, Dan Silver, and Dimitri Gomez to give them an estate t-shirts available at chairmanwalker.com. Go get the fan coffee, trade in CBD, go to bed inside, use Tony for all those amazing things. And, yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you, Live On. Great night.
Hey, this is Redman coming to you live from Killian Comedy Club for a brand new Kill Tony. Give it up for Philadelphia, Florida, Saturday, fucking We are live. Hey, guys. We are live in Philadelphia. It's so exciting. We're back for our third and final show. And this is it. Very exciting weekend so far. We have a couple stand-up shows after this tonight, and then we go back home. We're back to LA.
Show 2 days.
Doing it on Monday. Tim Dillon. Just like you found out about this show through listening to podcasts, and other people do it too. Thursday night, we went to California. The next Thursday after that, St. Louis, Kill Tony. The Thursday after that, St. Louis and West Nyack. We could just stand up with them. In which you can check out me right there in Jeremiah. I'll do stand-up comedy sets as well. Whole weekend. We're doing Kill Tony's La Jolla Comedy Club. Store. We already sold out one. We just added a second show. That's congrats to you, La Jolla. In the Gramercy Theater in New York, the 20th of June. That's a big one. We roll into Skankfest that weekend. And then Kill Tony Meeting in San Francisco, October 18th and 19th. It's back. 2 shows per night at Pops in San Francisco. And then Sacramento just added 16th and 17th. So we're going to be in Northern California for those 4 nights. 6 Kill Tonys.
6 Kill Tonys.
8 Kill Tonys. 8 days. And the ones in LA. That's a record for us. Wow. So business is a favor. And if you think we're ever coming back
Philadelphia, man. You're probably right. It's a safe bet.
No brainer.
I would bet money on that. I would bet that at betdsi.com. Just happened to be today's sponsor. BetDSI has 20 years of business. They have built a reputation on fast payment winning, and they have an easy to use and fast playing interface.
You can bet games with the go. You can buy wagering options to determine and make plays throughout the entire event. You can bet on any sports, reality shows, anything. You can bet on some nightmares.
There you go. But it's madness.
Oh,
Hey, you guys listen closely to the ads, but Rick made the entire NFL playoffs critically, and this is his first time since then making picks for he made some picks for March Madness. Who do you like
this week? I like the Oregon Ducks. I think they're going to beat the Anteaters. Ohio State win that. It's going to be April Sadness for the Houston Cougars.
Yeah.
Are going to beat the Frogs, South Florida Bulls, and West Virginia Mountain.
Wow, for March 5th of March Madness. Also, the UFC and ESPN Barboza versus Gaethje is coming up, so you UFC fans can bet on that. Plus, you have Willis versus Blades versus Stephen Thompson. That's a crazy fight. Look at that. Is Thompson the underdog for it? Ooh, doggy. So go to betdsi.com. Use the promo code 110. They know we sent you deposit cash. You can cash out, so you win and get paid. Up until $1,000 to give you a 50% bonus on your initial deposit. That comes with a rollover requirement. $1,000 deposit will give you $1,500 to play with. So once again, that's betdsi.com. You can kill 120. Okay. The show. Here we are. Philadelphia. Middle below it. Now, as with all these road episodes, as you can tell by the size of the table and stage, your guest list tonight. However, because we love you so goddamn much, we just so happen to bring the entire goddamn band with us. Shout out to Chroma Critics. We couldn't make it, but the rest of the band. The meat and potatoes, if you will. We left the pickle back in the every single episode of the show, they commit to staying in character. We never know what they're going to be. They have a separate seated off curtain in that dressing room back there. They were changing right before the show. The first episode, they were high school coaches. Gym teachers, yes. And the second episode here in Philly, they were 80s comedians.
That was the best.
Wow. So we've seen it before. They debuted a new character the first episode, the return of 80s comedians the second episode. Who knows what they're going to be tonight? Let's all find out together. It's the best band in the land. It's the Tony Band. Jeremiah Kohlberg. Whoa! Wow. Woodland creatures are back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Look at them. It's incredible. Remind me of your name and ethnicity one more time.
Innocent as I, Savona. My mother is a goddess. My father is a deer.
Wait, your mom got fucked by a deer? And then, look at this. What do we have back here? Spanish version of Avatar?
What are you, Avatar?
My name's Derek.
I love
So I'm gonna write it down. So I wrote Derek and Mr. Thumbnar.
F-U-N-N-A-R. Look at me and see the stars, Mr. Thumbnar.
Mr. Thumbnar. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we got Mr. Thumbnar. We got
I just all the sledges.
I thought I they are. Don't look at me like that. All right. Then we're gonna put this entire episode of Red. We got me, we got motherfucking Philadelphia. Right here, I have a very special custom-made for Philly only bucket of destiny, in which it appears that I'd say probably somewhere between 30, 40 people are in the audience for their maybe it's their first time. Maybe they're a comedy vet. They've been a part of the show all the time. Maybe they've been doing comedy a while. They don't even know what the fuck the show is. The friend told them to come here. Maybe that happened. Maybe it's the fucking guy from New York who's been doing it 30 years. They got in trouble for jerking off in front of people, and they're trying to get these people doing the craziest thing knows how. Is he out here? Wait a second. Mr. Funbar. I don't know. He's having trouble getting access to the podcast. I didn't know Ben was.
That is the half-man
Him and his fleshy antlers. So, I do believe if I pull a name out of the bucket for someone that signed up, they get 60 seconds to comedy, uninterrupted. You know your 60 seconds is up when you sound the kitty. That means, oh, you can barely hear that. Ramp it up around the angry neighborhood fair in Philadelphia. Yes. It's a gay bear.
One of the greatest boys.
And just a heads up, you get pulled out of the bucket. You have to make your way all the way over here and enter to this side. There is no middle entrance. There is no entrance over there. You have to somehow go all the way through there and come up this direction. Make sure you watch your step. There are chords. There's a step. There's a whole thing. You guys ready to start this? What? We are Philadelphia, Mr. Funky Bear, and the whole crew. Here we go. Hands in the bucket. And your first comedian are getting uninterrupted 60 seconds. And remember, important, I'll say this before, he's got a little bit of do good at you do not heckle during the people's sets at all. During their 60 seconds, you either fucking laugh or don't laugh. So good God. Well, another 60 seconds is up. We'll take care of the rest. You guys ready? I thought make some noise for JP, everyone. Here we go. Live from Philadelphia. The back. We got a wow. Oh, here you go. Lucy in the sky with motherfucking diamonds.
All right, here we go.
Make some noise.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So, my wife just got pregnant. And we were so to basketball game, which included a semen analysis. So basically, I had to cook it up. Not as good as it sounds, they specify no saliva. So that means that people have jerked off, spitting on your dick, and then come because they're really what type of fucking jerker would spit on their dick and jerk off? Just go dry. That's something that if you do that, you immediately take it to jail. Because you're a murderer. You might not be a murderer, you're going. That's something you're probably in jail right now. It should be something that like disqualifies you from getting a job. Under a felony should be have you spit on your dick and jerk off. Thank you. Okay.
How's it going, buddy? How are you? Look at you. That's the first time on stage?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, everybody. I love it. For those of you listening to the podcast, JP looks like Walter Reed cancer. Look at that audience. Show them that beautiful fucking face he is. JP, so your first time on stage, your wife got pregnant, and then you had to do a semen analysis? Before she got pregnant. Yeah. Wow.
She took the woods recently.
So you're very much against spitting your tits. So you've never done it before. Girls crouch before you fuck it.
Starting strong. What a spit crotch. My God. Wow, you're letting it all out at once.
I think I pulled a girl with somebody else.
Look at you, bro.
Judging by the way he speaks, he sounds like he spits on his dick every time.
So, JP, confused. There was a lot of business. Did you get your wife pregnant?
Yep.
You did. After the semen analysis?
Yeah.
Wow. What did you do to get pregnant? You inside of her? That's it? You seem like the guy who can do your semen analysis and use a stripper to some type of mad scientist or some type of sad scientist, perhaps. Wow. So JP, tell us about you. You're pregnant?
Yep, 16 weeks pregnant.
16 weeks, not too late. It's not too late. You think you're going to handle this?
Tony,
right?
Why an analysis?
She's like these fucks. And like, what? Come on in, you idiots.
You just said it's never too late.
I guess. Very good point, Mr. Fun Number. Let's drop that. Yeah. JP, what do you do for work?
Basically delivered drunk mail.
What do you mean you deliver junk mail?
I work at the hospital, so I just bulk up my job. It's just getting bullshit junk mail and distributing it to doctors.
Wow. Junk mail.
Derek. JP, how long have you been with your girlfriend?
Wife.
How long have you been with her? Over 10 years. That was the first girl that
yeah.
Now? Look at you fucking him. Wow. How many women do you think like torn up inside out?
3 and 2.
3 total. Wow. What does your wife do?
She works at patient rehab. People with brain injuries.
Oh, that's why he was so bad. You come home, you're like, babe, what's for dinner? She's like, I've been dealing with this shit all day. Wow. Brain injuries, that's a wild one. My goodness. Please tell us, you're not delivering mail, banging your wife, tearing it up.
Nothing really.
There must be something.
Play video games a lot.
No.
When you call him up later, he's like, actually, gamer.
If you say your video game is Deer Hunter, I will kill you right now.
What is your favorite video game? Out of curiosity, shit about it. Be part of this show. I'll ask you anyway.
I've been playing a game on Twitch lately. It's
B-Cup. B-Cup? What do? You arrest beats? B-Cup. So what do you do in that video game?
Walk around, fucking right, kicking the cars.
The white ever.
I shoot the people. I had a brief session
JP, is stand-up something you've always wanted to do?
Yeah.
You yourself doing it more now that you've done it one time?
Yeah, probably.
That's fun. You live here in Philly? The heart of Philly? What part?
Not the heart of Philly. The bird.
Yeah. What part? What's up? Abington. Yep, not a lot of Abington. Like, what's Abington known for? What's the cool thing of? Oh, okay. Eddie George is a great university. He was playing in March this week. Go to beddancing.com. Well, Jake, you got the show started here tonight. We were back. Congratulations on your first time. You're the best stand-up comedy in your 16 weeks. 5 months. 5 months of babies looking at that face. Like, what the fuck did I do wrong to end up with this fucking? It's my fucking thought. I don't know why it's a fucking Italian baby around. That's what I picked. All right. Your next comedian. 2 seconds. Interrupt. By the name. Adam Nutter.
There he comes.
Adam Nutter. There he is. Come on, one more time for Adam.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out. Guys, I love drugs. I don't know about you, but I do. Right? Love me some DMT, love me some mushrooms, love me some marijuana. I hate being dead because I can't do all the fun stuff. I want instead. You get a lot. They're all. Last one I was everybody's dead. Yeah. But face painter called out sick. Like, all right, I can't draw, but I'm working for a disc. Look his face for a few hours. Can't be that hard. He's like, oh, I remember. So I killed his parents because I'll tell you what happened. He didn't become Batman. He cried a lot. You know, like Batman would have picked himself up, plays next to his straps, fly across the China, train with the Lewis out, my back, build a super suit, and all you're going to be fine. You're going to be awful.
Oh, there you go. Matter. Good job. Been doing stand-up a little while.
Summer will be 5 years.
5 years. Yeah, nice.
I live out
Really aggressive. You maintain health, you connected, perform. That's good. Good set. Fun. There you go. I'll find out more about you. You are a dad. It's
just one.
Yeah. The kid.
He will be 2 weeks.
I have one of those kids that's like growing up all the shit.
Yeah. Because like actually
wow.
Actually, I don't know.
Now I don't know. The age with the mom. Yeah. And
I'm actually no, it sounds real your first Netflix. Fucking that boring ass.
Already. Wow. So his wife. You don't know the guy. You know DP's lovely wife. 16 weeks pregnant.
I know.
Is this your first time?
Yeah.
It's my second.
So Adam, let's talk about this brain injury. What the hell happened? Wow. You played football what?
High school that I played Jersey after high school.
You played semi?
It's not. It's like rec league joke. It's not good.
What position?
Safety.
Wow.
Yeah. It was.
The last time. The responsible. It's supposed to run it the right thing. Yeah. Okay. What was the name of the team you played for?
The Edison. Mustangs.
Edison Mustangs. Holy shit. Wow. So then in MMA?
I started training at most the early year of 2021.
Yeah. Three fights. That was your record. Wow. Yeah. Right. Micro.
Yeah.
So, that take a lot of shot drink.
Yeah.
But you still want to explain that. I think you were able to pull it out.
I don't know, when you get so many injuries already, you get there and you put your chin in there and you just keep it out.
You say that you have all these brain injuries, but you come up here, you do stand-up comedy. You've been doing comedy for 5 years. I think it's one of the harder things to be able to do and be good at and interact. Are you afraid that the cops that are sending you checks every month from our amazing United States government love to hear you? Do you think, are you a little bit afraid that they might find out of it? What are we doing this 5 years? What in 5 years? You have a Netflix special, and the police are like, what the fuck are we doing here with this?
They just don't make hard decisions. So, I'm not doing it here. So, it's
what do you consider hard? How long does a person's skin have to be to, is it nipple dark? Nipple.
So Puerto Rican.
It's good enough. So how long were you?
About 8 years.
And did you in that like happen? Like you shot a kid?
No, we actually fight. We were flying in a girl during all out in the street, and I had to turn over. I swerved, hit the pole like the car, tire flew up, knocked out for 2 seconds. I woke up. I don't feel like that. Like they had a couple of clothes up and shit. Yeah, pretty crazy. And Guinness is important.
Wow. So you got into a car accident.
You.
Oh.
Were these street? Were they there, or
you were doing much about girl here on stage right now? How do you get in so many car accidents?
Well, I was like 2 were my buddies. I have that great driving, obviously.
You let a buddy drive a car?
Yeah.
My goodness. Craziest thing you saw in your 8 years of the job. Other than light pole.
I jumped out the window, got like a metal fence calculator. Yeah. And yes.
What was he trying to escape the police or something? Like what? Why did
he was in a drug dispute with another upstate.
What floor?
Roof. I'm sorry, roof. They're called roof. Right there. You know?
Yeah. Took his whole head off. And you got to see it?
Oh, yeah. Helicopter. That's pretty good shit.
Did you take selfies with it?
No.
Something. Like, did you cuff him with his hand behind his back?
So we tried to find people everyone shipped up. Like our that, for fun around.
You were taking other drugs. You're like, all right.
It's everything's monitored. It's like the TV shows at all. Everything's brother.
Well,
thanks, man.
Yeah. Adam, you got it. Got a lot. Got the lungs of a deer.
And the breath of goddess.
Your next comedian goes by the name of Neil Wood. Neil Wood. Neil Wood. Here he comes.
sex is a lot of hard work. You know? The first time I first time in my and on her and yeah. Hate showers. Can't do showers. It's very small. Cats hate water. So. Look at me. It's enough. You know, showers in the rainforest sex. There you go. I like it. What's up?
Very, very good. I'm getting the feeling that your first radio. 5 years. You perform here in Philly. Yeah. Close to Philly. Close here. This is where you live?
Yeah. What do they call it?
So your voice doesn't match your head at all. You have a
fucking voice of a pro wrestler. Yeah. When I get my hands through this fucking under, sounds about right.
And you have the face. You just punch the wrestler.
He looks like a nerd that got.
Is that what I look like? Shit.
You sound like.
He's like a agate.
Oh, that was really. Oh boy! Fuck yeah! That was fucking amazing.
Warm up. There.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You sound like like you, right? You're in prison for the first time ever. You're kind of like,
yeah, wait. I'm a man. Clearly, this is going on. It's my real boy.
He sounds like he's auditioning to be a strip club DJ.
Welcome to the stage.
Oh, there you go.
No.
You have a girlfriend?
No.
Yeah. Really? Oh, yeah.
I got her.
Is that true? Are you serious? You said you cheated on her, you got her, she gave you straight up.
Yeah, we broke up. And I got the gift.
You broke up with somebody else, you got her.
Yeah. The timeline slippery.
It is. It never goes.
That is true. All right. So, yeah, no, we did it for 4 years.
Did she tell you? She told you.
Yes.
Just like that. You're gonna have a little something there.
I couldn't have done her. She told me. The kind of guy.
Great.
Absolutely. Clearly. Like it. Oh, yeah.
So did you what happened?
No.
They're like, baby, it's worth it.
You were like, I want to
Your antlers bounced when you said that. One of my favorite parts of your set, Neil, was you said that the first time having a little sex in 69, I heard a black guy go, yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Love it. Buy an extra drink.
Hell yeah. And, yeah, man, you're a great fucking shows. You want to start in Philly for a living?
I'm a creative director for college.
Wow, what is that?
Oh, game design.
Hopefully not Penn State.
No.
All right. We got some work to do. Got an image. I love you doing my voices more intense. Like your eyes are like, oh, so.
Thanks, Neil. Like I give a fuck about what you like. What the hell are we talking about here? So what do you do at the college?
Yeah.
Very good. How long have you had this job?
6 years.
6 years. Wow. Pre-herpes.
Herpes.
Hell yeah. So what do you do? Interesting fucking guy. Like you love the jokes. What? Come on, it's gotta be. I like for a hobby.
I art school. Yeah. Paint, design, and stuff on the side too.
Yeah. Design stuff on the side too.
What do you want to do? Digital media, film, editing, painting, that kind of stuff.
My goodness.
I'm very talented.
Wow, I like that. Talented in a bunch of stuff that you can see.
Yeah. Available for kids.
All right. Well, how about single? What's your master plan? What are you gonna do? You're gonna open it.
Just read the.
So, ask me something. Are you have you warn people from now on? Like, how does that work now that you have these? So let's say, like after that comes up, people say,
I love your voice.
She's like, hey, what's up? Like, I like you. And you want to say more about it? You know what I mean? Like, what would you be like? You'd be like,
Well, this is kind of. You heard. I was gonna say. Pay attention. She sounds like she's. No, yeah, I'm getting used to hearing this talk about. Just gonna because I got also brain infection.
What?
The back of the base of your spine was I heard his spine was like fuck it right into his spinal tap and went to the brain and get an infection.
Wow. So how did you find out? Like how do you find out?
You get please take a sick and you have crippling headaches.
Wow.
And possibly like herpes, I guess. And then you're like brain.
That's cool.
Any nurse on this after we ask you the question, you can herpes accent go. What's happening? That's 100%.
So you didn't get it like 69 with her, you just got right in it.
A little.
Wow. Yeah, it's a very brain damaged episode.
Yeah, Adam, that's right.
Is that true? Really? Like, wow. You ever like drive his car?
I'll do it. Yeah. You're gonna be in trouble this time.
You mentioned Batman and being rich. Rich kid with childhood. Did you grow up with rich parents?
No.
Lower middle spine where it's like so that was another great stuff. I love it. The comedy experience going on. New York, what it's turned into. They don't fuck with it. You'll notice the first time or really even in other places, be like, hey, everybody. I mean, someone from New York will be like, what's up, everybody? It's a different thing. But they have to get the point across because everybody getting fucking point across. Can't pussy. Make some noise for Sean McClure. Here we go. Flying people. We drink our main.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
One more time for Sean McGuire, everybody.
Simon Philly, excited to be here. Oh man, so not a good time in America for a lot of icons. R. Kelly down, MJ recently down. Trump, but we'll see. One icon, well, perhaps on a serious topic, David Attenborough, the greatest documentary narrator of all time. BBC working up here, man. How many documentaries that this poor old man, he's standing there like Parkinson's everywhere. He's like, it's like watch like one of the biggest ones. He's standing there, between these two rows of trees.
Go ahead.
I'm here in the Serengeti.
There you go. Sean McGuire. Fuck yeah. I don't recognize you not sitting behind a crystal ball.
Surprise.
Wow. Sean, that was fun. New to stand-up? 4 months. Oh, yeah. Fun. You here from Philly?
I'm from Virginia.
Virginia? Came up here for this?
I live in
Virginia. How long have you lived in Philly?
About
4 months. Came to Philly to stand comedian.
I was actually for about 4 years.
Oh, okay. You didn't used to get up there. Do you want to make it anywhere? Right? Oh, you should think I'm like 69
Fuck it.
This guy like 69 starting to be Philly for some reason. So why Philly? Why Brooklyn to Philly?
I was partly just wanted to change New York, wanted to chill out, slow things.
Do you have a girl break here?
Oh, I had a girl just with her job, which led us to Philly. So I just said, "Fuck it, move to Philly."
Wow, you that's real. Jeez, New York City. Oh, man. Wind and dirt. Let's go.
Just like I story.
My goodness. How long have you been here?
It has been almost 2 years.
Where'd you meet her?
I met her. No chat. Met her. I was working as a manager at a grocery store. And she was a account representative for a juice company. I would buy juice.
Keep going. Make the answer long. Longer. No. Wow. What do you do for a living?
Barista.
A barista. Wow. You said it like, wow, you work for a barista. Oh.
We steam margaritas.
You're a barista.
And I fried chicken and donuts on the weekend.
Whoa. Ew.
I'm your man.
I'm surprised that you said that you fried chicken donuts in here. Yeah. I'm really sorry to carry us. I really figured out by How do you get in the business of frying chicken and donuts?
How does that start? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
Only on weekends.
Only on weekends.
Saturday.
Yes. I was. Is the bar
So
reason?
Saturday and Sunday, it's still Friday.
Yeah.
My friend, I think they're. All right. Well, what else, Sean? What else are you into? There must be something about you. You seem like the kind of guy that likes to skate backward.
I play some bass guitar.
Yeah.
And do like yoga.
Really? Can you give us an example? Right now, you guys like to see that? Here he is. Sean McCoy. Just watch the crease. That's all. Yeah. Here we go. Wow. Wow. That was beautiful, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Sean is like the best person to suffer the disease scurvy.
It's true. It is. It's a downward.
It was crow to handstand.
Ah, crow hands. My goodness. All right. Well, Sean, congratulations. New life for yourself. You did one of the hardest possible non-Tony. Which is, in your fucking, get it in the time when I get it. A lot of people say, why do you do it? It never works. Like, sometimes it fucking does. It makes it worth it. You get your mark. And my own piece of advice I'm giving you is sort of something I was talking about which is like, get it out there. I knew it for months in, but it's such a good note to take from, the last guys. You have to convince us to project fucking own stuff you were talking about. It's really funny. There you go, Sean Fire. And then yeah. There they go.
That's the wrong. You can't think along.
Just hang on. I love it. Sweet. Ooh.
I speak free. 40.
Who am I to disagree? All right. Oh. Wow, you taught me a lesson. It was funny. Something about cracks in my core. I feel like it's
Rub it a little. Get in there.
Wow. Hey, look at that. Okay, your next one goes by the.
Oh, I swear, ladies, this has never happened.
So noise for your next comedian. The one. Maybe. Might be more. Make some noise for Dorian Bassett. And here we go. Here we go. Is that Dorian? Wow. Dorian. his way. One more time.
You guys think we retarded kids obsessed over TV? Oh, yeah. Comic-Con Tokyo is just a bunch of kids dressed like Al Bundy. I talked to my mom the other day. She's 68 in Belize now. She asked me what non-binary meant. That's a lot of crap. I don't even know how to someone that she's a clean wife, so she's like out of date focus. It's like it's a person who thinks that it's an out of shape. Is that it?
Wow, Dorian Vasquez. Wow. That was incredible. Wow, that is the funniest set I've ever seen Tig Notaro have. That was incredible.
That's a good one.
Wow. How long have you been
about years?
7 years. Sure. You live here in Philly?
Yeah.
Now you did.
Originally from Inglewood, California.
Originally from Inglewood.
It was about 40.
Wow. It's the same reason. Yeah. And they're students. And so you chose Philly.
Yeah. Cheaper than 20 plus, right? So
$20 to New York. And you do stand up in New York quite a bit.
I try.
Yeah. What do you do for a living? How do you living in Philadelphia? How do you possibly afford
I'm a videographer.
a videographer? Here at this club?
Yeah.
Oh, you work for Helium?
No, I
freelance work. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. You've done that for, you could be like any.
Yeah, 20.
29.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Your parents are Vasquez of Inglewood, California.
Yeah.
They think like moving out to Philly.
They're one day. So
Yeah. They go like your.
They-
Really?
No. Trying to make habit.
Are they Mexican? Are you Mexican?
No, they're from.
I don't believe.
That's cute.
Thank you. Want to make out?
Jesus, look at this. Look at. Rivalry, you guys have. You don't. Goodness.
I will eat you alive.
What do you do for fun, Dorian? What are you into? What are some?
Actually, I just left apart from comedy. Actually, starting to wrestle.
Wrestle? You're starting now to learn how to wrestle?
Just wrestling fans.
You went to wrestling for this. How long have you been wrestling?
It's like a cheap down in the middle.
What are you doing? Double. Oh, you're talking about wrestling. Wow. Shit. Oh my God. Now that's even crazier. So fundamentally hard.
Child porn.
Now you're telling no, the sport basically. The sport is pro. So, like, what?
Mandatory slam dunk. The concrete.
What the?
I like them. Completely different than anything we've ever. I want to sign you. What are your character? What could you be?
Singing, actually, I'll get a 10 and be revolutionary mic.
You're high.
My real
I honestly got nothing.
I love you.
So that's all I got.
I love you, Dorian.
Can you maybe amp up the accent, perhaps?
I am a migrant worker.
Guys. Yeah, no, Belize is an English-speaking country in Central America. I'm sorry, I'm not from that neck of the woods.
Wow. I like this style.
This is fun.
Oh, you're gonna get fucking go? Wow, this was fun. Thanks for having me. I'm done here. It's what I came to do.
I've never seen someone ready to play from their own set.
All right, Dorian, you can go ahead. There you go. Still your best.
I like that kid.
You guys having fun out there? How many of you like it when comedians do good on Kill? How many of you like seeing people bomb up here? Oh dear.
Monday night.
Let's for your next comic, David White. Everyone, here we go. 6 seconds. Here it comes. Here comes David. One more time.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to be a dad, too. I didn't jerk off in a... But I'm it's trouble. I mean, we've only been together for 9 months. We haven't even done it. Been keeping my ass clean. I forgot the next part. There's always things I wanted to do, like cocaine. 22, I've never seen it. Right? Like I told my girl, I still have like, I'm gonna go try it. It's the longest minute.
There you go. It's the longest minute, and also now that you've been here, one of the widest. It's so exciting to have Greg
in the National Football League. Here we go. I have concerns about their quarterback.
sure you're going to get that.
That's right. Yeah, well, all expect you to be it. So, all right. That down. Look out, because this tough. The Steelers know how to win. So they've got he won games in his career. And not just and this we also show you how the games. Stuff like it's going to be spoken and spoken with attention. Don't want your body.
I want to talk about the Cowboys. If it's not CeeDee Lamb, where does the offense come from? The Ravens, they have a here. Defense, heavy. Defense is where does the offense come from? CeeDee Lamb. I'm concerned about the I know
40 years.
Man got whoa.
Okay. It's start talking about a sim. Tomorrow, what's going on with him? Okay, we tell here. Well, he's not using a rolling now. He can help walk with it. A slight limp there.
9 months.
Thank you very much. Rushing home. So, you know, speaking of that, rushing J.K. Dobbins, he didn't have rushing attacks. As talented as any quarterback in the national defense.
I heard that Rothschild are into white asses.
Doing that. We got respect, obviously, for his talents, but we don't need to minimize the running game today. Whatever. You get maximum confidence and just the fields he's playing with. Steps to do that. You know, he's been in these circumstances before. He's got that as far as franchise starting back. And so, you know, all those know. So we just don't focus on winning games. It's always just how do you hope your team matches enthusiasm? You know, for us, we're not just because we win well here. So we better have
do you guys
his captain come back here? Pretty much put it over.
Oh yeah.
Narrowly missed Aaron Bailey in the 1990 days championship. The old Rivers, and then of course Justin Fields was absolutely eviscerated Harbaugh's 2019 and last honestly, just facts. Who knows? But bottom line, on street bedfellows, J.K. Dobbins destroyed it.
What are you?
Doing it for Jim. 2-0. Coaches on sports to talking.
Yeah.
As soon as
like that.
With the way 2-0 teams have been challenged, the most entertaining portion of so long. Could just want press conferences.
I like your style. A lot of people make baby last favorite wife.
If you're a Blaker, I ain't ball is
A lot of
we do not care.
the baby mama.
Sunday headlines. Ian Rappaport taking
One of those fucking big rich.
Rich, there is still just high considerable practice, which is aware of it. Now on the field, he's optimistic regarding his status today. There's been no firm decision. Definitively active and optimistic that he should be able to play. Surprised the Chargers have 3 quarterbacks active in the league. Also, have these services NFL pushing in there. He can't stop running backs in the NFL. We talk so much about Rabbi Rothschild and speed bridge on his Achilles. Happens up certainly that has helped. He also very but played that's interesting because even if he does play, he's going to take it, right? He heard these something. How does teaching
for sure
starting the first time
they running all over the field. J.K. Dobbins, you see him rushing, and all the DJ Watt is a game worker. That opportunity to keep running the ball. Yes, we don't know if Justin Herbert's going to play or not, but Justin Herbert has gone 46 times all year. They won the games in the for 130 yards. So, and it's no problem.
It'd be nice if they could get a lead and make these guys go. How they're built right now with great Roman's offense. Lost. Right. Not built to throw the 45 times. So that's it. These guys do throw the football.
Yeah, so J.K. Dobbins is a type of fantasy purposes, so only 57 rushing yards. That's not 100 or anything like that. 2 receptions, 18 yards. And this is again, if you're talking about there's not 100 yards for rushers. This is where they stop and everything. This is how they do it. Yeah, Rich Williams has been sacked 8 times second last week. And so the obvious question, as we saw pressure from the Texans last week, is what I asked Coach Rothschild, how are you guys looking at Williams to better attack pressure? And he said a couple of things. He said, number 1, we have to do a better job predicting protection. And number 2, along with that, overlook the pressure on that second line. But I will tell you this, they've been tinkering with some things. I also asked Caleb Williams this week and what he has learned from all the pressure that he's seen as a rookie quarterback. And he said, number 1, communication is something he's learned has to be so much better up front in the assignment, vital to the operation. Number 2, adjustments in game. You will see all the players that Caleb Williams, Rich, execute those faster adjustments. There could be some palpable things they're going to do here this week against the Colts later on.
Well,
It's diamonds, kid. Building jewelry collection. It's going to be around 3% is the only answer of 21.8 when he is pressure to hear mathematics. We get our Daniel Carolina from Pittsburgh. We're call for the Chargers Radio Network. He's not quite even right. There's somebody behind this right now. So it's baseball season right now. There's a clothing I'm wearing right now. Back on short rest. So this is what we got here. You're saying that Chargers won't pay for hotel and cleaning? Is that what you're saying? No, I think that's probably not submitting laundry. I've had defensive experience in hotel laundry come back in different size. So it's all out of sorry. Professional evaluator. In real time, you are. Yes. My goodness. How do you think the Bears are going to handle what Colts might do?
Picture up work.
Well, it feels like a great job. And when you watch it, you think it's close. You know, it doesn't. It hasn't looked on paper. You see all the hits he's taking, the throws he's missing. When you dig it, you show you see the third 14. Once you reach the center, you're going to get tossed right into his lap. Even with this collapsing pocket, as he's getting hit, look how close this ball is. He misses this by inches, almost having a huge play down the field. This next one's going to result in pass interference, which is going to help the offense not to be on the stat sheet. But Caleb's perfectly. It's just one extra inch. He's a hair away. And that's why you see this kid in the French Open last year. If he's just a little bit more of the time, that's a huge play. That goes on the stat sheet. It looks a little bit better for the rookie quarterback. I feel like it's closer than people think. It's not as bad as it looks on camera. First game, second game, way more in the pocket. And we talk about what the Bears are doing. The first game, 12 targets. More than first game. I thought it was right. He had 17 targets. Receiver had one short separation. And he was 17 for 17 on those. The coordinator's getting 17 targets of a guy who they're doing something right. From week to week, and that's all you can get us for right now. Yeah, and this will be his first week in Indianapolis because we know he didn't throw at the combine. Daniel, I know this is your first rodeo, but I have 3 decades of experience in this job. Winning is expensive. Okay? Good. You understand? Okay. All right. You're welcome. Stephon Diggs. He's trying to serve a hold of Minnesota. Takes on the Bills. That's where he's scored against today.
Did you skip roll?
Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Set your alarm because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Jets fight the
It's only $1. Wait, what? The one coffee is a
Mercedes-Benz for you. City shoppers. We can get local adventures. Stylish, powerful, sophisticated. Because when you're you'd expect nothing less. Mercedes-Benz SUVs featuring the plug-in hybrid GLC plug-in hybrid. Visit MUSA.com for special. I'm Dane, and
breakfast. Hey,
This game, and unbelievable happens. So if you bet, set limits. You never change and only bet you can afford the learn more at responsibleplay.org.
this is a story. Keeps at home. He is prepared. Thinks ahead. Stops the right. Just where to find them. Because for the one, this facility is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call Granger.com or stop by. Granger. Get it done.
Hurry up, agent. Only 20 seconds left.
Which one should I cut? The red or the blue? But there's
No Red Bull, no wing.
So much for that week one narrative. Wasn't going to Marvin Harrison Jr. 4 catches, 150 yards. All in the first quarter. Receptions are 2 more touchdowns. You bet. Did it as the Colts quarterback back in week 16 of 1996. And figuratively, off the field. Thanks a lot. We're getting a lot of today. I know you get eyes on these rookies that shoot you. Marvin Harrison. Did you see pop on that? Well, I've really seen it for 2 weeks. I think the whole thing. I want to show you the concept that they've landed on here. Blood, sailing concept. Get the out to the right. They're going to run this little backside sail. So it's going to get back on this. They made some roads on this concept with a lot of space. Set up a little different here, a little different action, and look at all this space. You can run like he wide. He's had it. Just ready to put the ball into the ball. It's been just ways to use our powers. You know, it's the league that pass efficiency or percent. And then you go on deep field. Having his way flags. The neighbors, what he brings to it. He can do anything. Even the outside, to go by you, but separation is easy for your quarterback. That's just on the deep. It's easy for your quarterback. Let's get the play. Turn it into. If he can play it, now he's and you're seeing all kinds of plays like this, and then so I just go inside on this. Climb the ladder. On the
which is ridiculous.
Yeah. So he's the number one wide receiver. You start today, guys. Some point they start to double, even though he's get home and watch that shirt. On him. No choice
you know, making part of it. It's like the third, yes, Monday night, week 2 loss in Philly. Thursday night, week 2 loss in Philly. I was 23 the complete truck. This time on Monday, 99 seconds to go. 70 yards. Kobayashi, sure enough, steering rise up.
They expect my
And you got scholarships to go to school. You can go to a bunch of
I'm still not sharp enough. 25. Want to go back to school, so I'm just trying to go to my race take.
So basically, in Jersey, it's 25. It's incredible. Turn 19, people wait around.
Before game 3 DraftKings Sportsbook, we're going to start. Falcons Galaxy, Bijan Robinson arrived to the battle an average of 64 returns. Little less than in terms of total scrimmage yards, 70 on the ground, 23 and so this is a really good matchup between two defenses that are in the very bottom of the league in terms of pressure rate. Those for 20 yards are going to be a big difference in your game. That makes it back number 3. And by the way, it's been a minute. Earlier in the show, we told us that was projected to not have a touchdown today. Right. Atlanta's was 76 yards and a big the one that weren't on final score here, Chiefs win this game by 20 to 21. Some people think, but we'll see what on over to DraftKings Sportsbook. Here's what's great. Holmes had last week and Bijan Robinson yards rush allowed. DraftKings Sportsbook, it is the number 1 place to touchdowns this season. Customers to bet off the 200 points straight. Promo code game day. Sportsbook. The crowd.
Dave's coming back to Minnesota. Just can't let him get going because you know he wants to be Jacob Dell. He's got to improve back in Minnesota. So whether he catches, whether he touches it in a game, it doesn't matter. Tackle him at that point. Sounds like make someone miss and creates a big play. Energize. Look out. The defense just with the quad he's going to play down. He's 100%. Texans are trying to slow him down. Because I don't think you want to get a top at least not initially. I would have been on 2 third downs. But no matter the same deal. Involved. One-on-one. I would have that helps slow down.
Gerald.
Justin Jefferson, Minnesota, out defensively with this guy.